My name is John Bennett. Thanks for tuning in. Wise choice. I'm your systems analyst for this program. I have here the Jonathan Margolis biography of Uri Geller. Uri Geller, magician or mystic? We know that Uri Geller is a British psychic performer, renowned for paranormal powers such as telepathy, remote influence, and psychokinesis. Most notably, the ability to cause things such as metal spoons and keys to bend without apparently applying normal physical force to them. And in some cases, things to bend without apparently touching them at all. Now, according to Margolis, Uri's ability to bend spoons was first noticed when he was 5 years old, while he was eating soup in his mother's kitchen. His mother, Margaret, confirms the story. She says that they were sitting down to lunch eating mushroom soup or possibly chicken. All of a sudden, she says, I noticed that the spoon in his hand was bending. I thought he might have bent it on purpose as a joke. And then he said he didn't do anything. The spoon bent by itself. According to Uri, he was holding the spoon in his left hand, and as he was lifting it into his mouth, the bowl spontaneously bent downwards, dumping the soup into his lap. Then the bowl of the spoon fell off. He remembers calling to his mother, "Look what happened." He says his mother said, "Well, it must be a loose spoon or something." By the time he entered school, Uri discovered that he also had an odd effect on watches. A watch his father gave him would consistently run 1 or 2 hours fast when he wore it, but keep correct time when he didn't. And when the watch was replaced with a new one, he discovered one day that the hands of the new watch had bent upwards, and he believed that it had something to do with the reason the spoon bent. And then one day at school, a friend's watch hands jumped ahead, and Uri claimed that he had done it. He then told his friend to take the watch in his hand, and then Uri yelled, "Move!" at it, and made it jump 2 or 3 times. By the end of lunch, there was a crowd of excited boys who were proclaiming that Uri Geller could do the most amazing trick with a watch. Classmate of Uri's, a guy by the name of Yechiel Teitelbaum, I think I'm saying that right, says that Uri Geller was always different from other kids, that he was very strange, and that he did a lot of things that not every child can do, things that were beyond understanding. He said Uri left the impression of someone amazing, a very sharp, very strong, very popular boy. Teitelbaum says that they were together from the age of 4 or 5 years old, and says that Uri was always doing incredible things. He says, "I also remember stopping the big clock in the teacher's room." Teitelbaum says that what left the biggest impression on him, though, was Uri's telepathy, how Uri would tell him things that Teitelbaum was thinking about. Now, this biography has basically a story of Uri's childhood, and it's full of many paranormal events. But are we to believe just the stories of mothers and schoolboys? Well, according to Charles Panatti, the radiation physicist and the head of the physics department at RCA, who was also a science editor for Newsweek magazine and the author of the Geller Papers, which I have here, that by the early 70s, Uri was performing even more amazing feats that professional investigators believe were not done by trickery. Between 1972 and 76, Uri Geller was tested in 17 laboratories in 8 different countries. Under strictly controlled conditions, scientists and professional magicians watched him deform solid steel rods without touching them, cause part of an exotic crystal to vanish from within a sealed container, alter the memory of a rare metal alloy, erase information from computer tapes, set Geiger counters ticking with thoughts alone, and read the thoughts of others while he was sealed in a room that blocks out all types of radio waves. Now, to prevent trickery, investigators searched Geller for metals that could be hidden under his fingernails. They looked for magnets sewn into his clothing. They x-rayed his teeth for evidence of minute electronic devices. They bound his hands, blindfolded his eyes, stripped him of his clothing. After vigorous testing, the scientists and magicians came away staking their reputations that although what they saw they could not explain, what Uri Geller did under the closest scrutiny was not trickery. They said it was for real. Atlanta magician Artur Zorka said that based on his knowledge as a magician, that trickery could not have been used to produce the effects under the conditions to which Geller was subjected. Another magician, Ab Dixon, said that as a professional, the tests they did with Uri could not be duplicated in any way by a magician's method. Eldon Bird, a scientist at the Naval Surface Weapons Center, said that Geller altered the lattice structure of a metal alloy in a way that could not be duplicated. He said that there was no scientific explanation as to how it was done. Dr. Wilbur Franklin, a physicist at Kent State University, said that the evidence based on metallurgical analysis of fractured surfaces, that is to say, produced by Geller indicated that a paranormal influence must have been operative in the formation of the fractures. Anglo-Catholic priest Roger Crothwaite, who was the British close-up magician of the year and has written several books on magic, says he believes Uri Geller is telling the truth. Crothwaite challenges any magician to duplicate Geller's effects in front of him. Now, Margolis spent 2 years working on the Geller biography, and in the last chapter says Uri Geller is no swindler. Everything, he says, points to the fundamental truth that Uri can do what he says he can do. And that really is all that matters. Now, having worked as a professional mentalist, I believe that if what he does is trickery, he must be the greatest practical magician and mentalist of all time. I encourage you to investigate further and read the Margolis and the Panati books for yourself. Uri Geller also has his own website, urigeller.com. I have found him to be open to questions. I encourage you to subscribe to the Bandershot channel for notifications of more interesting videos like this one when they appear. Just click on the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner of your screen and let us know what you think in the moderated comment section below. My name is John Bennett. Thank you for watching.